Have you ever pulled a print and wondered what went wrong? Maybe it hardly transferred at all. Maybe everything came out thick and muddy. Or perhaps your beautiful colors turned into a dull brown mess. The good news is these problems usually have very simple causes. Today I'm going to show you 3 of the most common gel printing problems I see, and more importantly, how to fix them. Once you understand these few principles, you'll waste less paint, save more prints, and enjoy the process a whole lot more. Hello, I'm Kit Bell. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel, I share practical gel printing techniques along with ideas for using those prints in mixed media and collage. Today's video is all about troubleshooting. Most printing problems aren't random. They're usually caused by one small thing that's easy to correct once you know what to look for. Let's start with what is probably the most common problem of all. Our first problem is poor print transfer. You've rolled out your paint, pulled the print, and you get a patchy, incomplete print. Usually, one of 4 things is happening. The first possibility is that there simply isn't enough paint on the plate. You roll it out, but it stays patchy, and sometimes it can even start to seem like the roller is picking up more paint than it's depositing. Acrylic should form a smooth, even film, and that's going to mean that you're going to need more paint to start with. With more paint on your plate, it should be a lot easier to get a nice, smooth look. Next is your rolling technique. When you first put paint on the plate, you usually have a few blobs or dots of paint. As your brayer rolls through those dots, it's going to create more dots. But without lifting up your brayer, those dots just go back and forth and never really get transferred around. The trick is to lift your brayer and move it slightly each time you roll. Change directions often. And initially, use a bit more pressure to roll out the paint until you feel like you've really spread it around, and you can actually see it as you're looking at the plate. Once you feel like you've got it spread out, then do a few very light passes just to smooth out the brayer marks. My plate is very slightly bigger than my sheet of paper. So you see a very, very nice even roll, partly because of the extra paint I applied, and partly because of the rollering technique. Another possibility is that paint has already started to dry before you can pull the print. This is especially common in hot, dry weather or when using fast-drying acrylics. I like to use golden open paint, which stays wet on the palette for 20 or 30 minutes, but I can't afford to purchase golden open paint in every color. So one of my favorite solutions is to mix a regular acrylic paint with golden open gel. It extends the working time without making the paint runny, giving you much more time to add texture, place stencils or botanicals before pulling your print. I take a blob of the open gel and mix it about 50-50 with the color that I want to use. Give it a good thorough mix on your palette with a palette knife to get it thoroughly incorporated. And then just transfer it to your plate. And a bonus, with your paint mixed this way, you'll get a second lighter pull from the same setup, getting more prints from the same amount of paint. This is one of those little changes that can completely transform your printing experience. Finally, don't forget your plate. Over time, tiny amounts of dried paint can build up on the surface. You may not even notice them, but they can affect how evenly the paint releases. If that happens, clean your plate with hand sanitizer or rubbing alcohol to remove any remnants of the paint. Then wash the plate with dish soap and warm water. A clean plate really does print better. The opposite problem is using too much paint. This often produces prints that look dark, lose detail, or look more painted than printed. If you notice too much paint building up on your plate, it's easy to fix. When you've got too much paint on there, it feels kind of slippy and gooey right from the beginning. I always work with it for a little bit, get it a little bit more evenly spread around. But I know right now that if I was to put a stencil on here and try to pull like a background print, for example, it would have leaky edges. It just would not look very nice. So the first way to fix this, keep a roll-off sheet beside you. Roll your brayer off on the sheet and remove the excess paint. Then continue rolling on your plate. You should see quite a difference. And you can do it more than once to get down to a more beautiful, translucent layer of paint on your plate. Another way to reduce the amount of paint on your plate is simply to do one quick print using copy paper or some other type of paper. This works really well if you're using the Golden Open paint or the paint mixed with Golden Open gel. It takes off the top layer of the paint and it leaves you with something lighter and more luminous to work with. Your next pull will be lighter and will show far more detail. This extra pull give you a print that can become a background for another project. I do this all the time. love to create multi-layered prints, but this problem is probably the question I'm asked most often. Why did my beautiful colors disappear? The answer can be found on a color wheel. When you're starting out, one of the easiest ways to keep colors fresh when layering is to work with analogous colors. Those are colors that sit beside one another on the color wheel. For example, yellow, yellow-green, and green, or yellow, yellow-orange, and orange. Because these colors already share hues, they tend to layer beautifully on the gel plate instead of becoming muddy. Once you're comfortable with that, you can begin experimenting with stronger contrasts and complementary colors. One thing I've learned over the years is that most gel printing problems aren't really mistakes. They're clues. Each print is telling you something about the amount of paint, your color choices, or your technique. Once you know how to read those clues, your success rate improves dramatically. If you found this helpful, I'd love to know which of these problems you've struggled with the most. Let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to go much deeper into color, layering, and developing confidence with gel printing, that's exactly what we work on inside the Gel Print Lab. It's a step-by-step online course where we build these skills from the ground up through guided exercises and plenty of experimentation. So you're not just copying recipes, you understand why things work. If you'd like to know when enrollment opens in August, you'll find the waitlist link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.